Well, hey guys, what's going on? It's Steph here. I hope you've been well. I know I have, and I am going to a new permission right now, so I'm doing a very quick cut-in right here. This week's episode consists of 2 hunts at the same field on different days. Both days produced silver finds, coins, and great artifacts. Bear in mind, I was still using the Equinox 600 because I have quite a backlog of 600 footage that I need to get out to you. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Okay, I'm in a hayfield today. I got like a 16-15 on the Equinox, sounding kind of grunty. And I pulled this thing out, which I kind of expected, but then right next to it, I have a teeny tiny little lock. I believe this is what's called Mickey Mouse ears for a lock. I don't know. I thought it was actually a rock that had some iron staining on it, and then I looked closer. This is going to need some serious electrolysis. But it's so tiny and cute. I love it. I love that. You can see the keyhole right there. That's cool. These 2 pieces are probably related. That's going to go in the garbage, but this will get cleaned up. But at least I hope it cleans up. We'll see what happens. Well, I certainly didn't want the lock to keep looking the way that it did, so I decided to use some electrolysis to remove all of the rust and grime. And as you can see, it's a vast improvement from when it was dug. On the left-hand side, you'll see an exact match from a museum, and on the right, my padlock, all cleaned up. The VR stands for Victoria Regina, which indicates that this lock was manufactured during her reign. My research concludes that this was toward the end of her reign in the late 1800s, and it's a beautiful piece of history restored. Back to the action. Okay, next target, ring up about an 11. That's 6 inches down. I just plucked it out. I think we're going to have a button here. I am assuming. Or it's a shotgun head stamp. I'm not sure. Let's see. Maybe it's a nickel. Huh. Interesting. It's definitely a coin. What the heck is that? That rings up an 11. It's got to be a nickel. Really toasty. Let me see if I can get an ID on this and I'll come back. But this is good news because that lock was not far away at all. Maybe 10, 20 feet away. So, cool. I'll come back. I just knew this was a weird size. So, you can kind of see the 5 coming through in the middle with the stars around it. This is going to be a shield nickel. This is going to be 1860s to, I think, early 1870s. This is our first nickel 5-cent piece in the United States. You can't really see the shield coming through on this side, but at least I have an ID with the reverse, so I doubt that's going to clean up much, but yeah, I guess these are just a tiny bit smaller than all of our other nickel 5-cent pieces, so that's cool. That's only my second one ever. They are so hard to find, and it explains why this rang up an 11, because that is pretty wasted. It should be about almost twice as thick as that, but hey, I will take it. That's awesome. And I've been thinking about these lately because, like I said, I've only ever dug one before, and it was 3 or 4 years ago. I can't remember. So, awesome coin. We'll keep beeping this field for a little while. It's going well so far. All right, I got a nice little loud and proud 14 signal. So, 6 inches down, I have something round there. And are we in for another coin? Really? Ring up awfully low for a coin. Awfully low. Kind of looks like we have an Indian. Why on earth did it ring up that low? I'll brush this off and come back. Well, the sun's not here to help me out right now, but it is definitely an Indian. I know you can't really see much at all. This thing is very, very toasty. You know, and fatty Indians usually ring up that way, but it's really thin. Let me show you something. 14. I don't know. Could have fire damage. That's a possibility. Or it could just be a really, really wasted fatty Indian, because this is about the thickness of a regular Indian, which should ring up like a 19 to 21, somewhere in there. So let's just hope for silver out here, because the other coins are not faring so well, but I am having a good time, and that's what it's all about. Okay, so I heard a ton of iron, but a tiny little 17 peeking through. And you can even see all the red dirt around it. That's stuff that's been touching iron. But I had this little piece come up. And it's not super exciting, but it is older than anything I've found so far today. This is actually part of a escutcheon, a drawer pull escutcheon. So this would have screwed in. One would have been over here, one would have been over here, your plate in the middle, and then the pull, the drawer pull, which would have stuck into this little hole right here that's filled with dirt. Probably colonial era, I'm guessing. But yeah, it's just kind of a good demonstration of how well the Equinox really does in iron, because, you know, like I said, anything that's kind of a lighter brown is something that's been sticking to iron. So nice job squeaking that one out. Okay, I've got a pretty nice relic here. It was ringing up like a 14. Absolutely every bit of pinpointer deep, so like 9 to 10 inches. And I just whipped this out. Nice little suspender clasp. And it's going to have some really cool design on it too. Oh, I think it's like a sunburst. That's really cool. I'll brush that off and come back for sure. Well, I have to say, admittedly, I'm not huge into suspender clips, but this is a really nice one. Look at that nice starburst in the middle. It looks like there's some ribbon with text on it underneath, but I'm not going to be able to see that in the field, if at all. It's pretty corroded, but it's complete too, which you don't see. Well, it's broken at the bottom, I think. Maybe it's not. I don't know. But you rarely see it still attached to the clasp on the back, the front and the clasp. That's beautiful. I actually really like that. Nice. Good deep hit too. Okay, I'm having a mild heart attack right now. I am oops, sorry, my hand's in the way. I'm very close to the road, and I got like kind of a mixed 20 signal with a lot of iron. I thought it was going to be junk. There's a tiny little silver at the bottom of that coin. I mean, at the bottom of that hole. Jeez, I can't even talk. I'm terrified because that doesn't look round. It doesn't look round. It also came out of the sidewall there. And I was really chopping away to get some depth here. Please tell me I didn't scratch it. Is today the day? Is today the day? Get my tree coin. It's something funny. It's probably half real. Let me, I'll spray this off on camera. I know I don't do that nearly enough. And you guys deserve to be here for the excitement right along with me. So since I think this is something cool, that's all I wanted. I just wanted a piece of silver before I go home because the sun's going down. What is that? What the heck is that? What is that? What is that? What is that? Is this what is that? Is that Spanish? Oh, it's Spanish. Okay. Oh my God, I thought I was seeing a draped bust like halftime or something. Shoot, I think I scratched it there. There's a ton of rocks in the hole, but oh, I'm such a jerk. Did I really get it? No, that actually looks like an old hit. Whew. Okay, let me finish spraying this off. That's a great way to end the day, though. You know what, you guys? I'm really glad I found this for a couple of reasons. Number one, I love Spanish silver. I mean, it's like little tiny pieces of pirate treasure. I love it. This is number 10. This is my 10th real that I've ever dug. Oh, that's awesome. But the other reason I'm glad I dug it is because you saw what I dug earlier. Probably what's a really wasted fatty Indian and an 1860s or 70s nickel. That just really shows how long the reals circulated in the colonies. Because the Coinage Act of 1857 basically told us that we couldn't use foreign coinage anymore, but clearly we still did. Yeah, the date is 1790 something. It looked like 99, but I'm not sure. It's obviously seen much better days, but that's why I thought it was like a hammered coin at first. That was not a live diggable target. That's why I didn't film it. It was just too bouncy, too mixed with iron, and I wasn't really getting a solid hit. I just went for it. And I've been doing that in a lot of deep signals today because people come out here all the time. The way to get the edge is to really know your machine and go for the iffy signals. Wow. Okay, I'm back out at the field where I got the shield nickel, the little lock, the half real. So I was working this line, sort of, well, from the other direction when I found the real. So I'm starting it out perpendicularly, and I've got the 15-inch coil on today just to see if I can get anything extra deep. Yeah, and just cover a little bit more area. So You can see the depth indicator is over 10 inches, or at least 10 inches. Now, if I turn 90 degrees, it doesn't sound great, but that is certainly repeatable enough for me to investigate it. And there you have it. Really good depth on that. It's probably about 9 inches, like pinpointer deep. I got it out of the side, and it's absolutely tiny. But I think we have a button. Oh, it's a washer. Oh well, hey, at least it's a good depth demonstration, right? As if you didn't already know the 15-inch foil was deep. Ay, caramba. I don't like those. Not one bit. Pretty nice signal right here. It sounds tight, too. Let's dig it up. Well, that signal was tight for a reason. It was about 4 to 6 inches down there. I just got this out. Little horse tack buckle. I don't think it's too old, maybe 100-ish years, but these are so hard to date. Never been good at it. Still has silver wash on here. That's kind of cool. All right, we'll keep moving. Phew, well, that was tough to find, but I got it. Let's ring up a 14 to 15. Very delicate little sound. And looks like we've got a button. Probably nothing on it, but, you know, if there is, I'll come back. If not, we'll move on. I know I said I'd only come back if there was something on it, and I don't think there is. That looks like corrosion, but this was definitely worth coming back for. There's still wool through the shank. I'm not seeing a back mark, so this is probably a colonial button. This could be like 250 to 300 years old, anywhere in that arena, and it still has the wool intact. That is too cool. I love buttons like that. I say it all the time. Dig those low conductors. I got a 7 signal. About 6 inches down, and I just flung it out over here. It looks like we're going to have a 1700s Tomback button. Yep, and it's in great condition, actually. Let's see if we have a shank. I don't think so. Now I can feel that it's broken. Sorry, I'm in my own light here, but the sun is at a weird spot. Oh, that's beautiful. It still has like tinning or wash on it. It's really nice. So again, I always stress it, dig the low conductors. Takes but a second and you might get a really good find out of it. I'm gonna try not to keep my hopes up for this one, but it sounds pretty good. Problem being, it rings up kind of like a clad quarter, and I actually dug something in the same range the other day. It was a nice little brass pipe. So where'd we go here? Sometimes it's touching 31, so that could be a silver quarter, but again, we shall see. Whew, I'm glad I filmed that signal, guys. I just saw the edge of something. I'm like, maybe it's a piece of a can. Let me try not to scratch this. I think that's a solid silver spoon in an old one. That could have, oh my God, it's got engraving on it. This is old. Let me see if we got maker's marks. I'm so excited right now. I've never dug a really, really old silver spoon. We might have something there. Oh gosh. All right, let's see if we can, I'm going to spray this off on camera with you and see if we can get the inscription. Oh, that's amazing. I knew there was something else out here. I just knew it. I knew it. Where the heck is my spray bottle? Stand by. Oh, tell me I didn't lose it. Where is it? God, maybe I did. Hang on. I'm sorry, this is so anticlimactic now. Okay, there we go. Oh, what a find. Oh my God. Let's see what this says here. It looks like HAS, maybe? Oh my goodness. Oh, I hope I didn't whack it right there. It's tough to say. Oh, and then we're gonna have a maker's mark right there. This is incredible. This is so cool. All right, what do we have here? Oh, God. The sun is not helping me right now. I'll continue spraying this off and come back, but wow, I am stoked with that. I am so excited about that. And here we are. Oh, it is so gorgeous. Again, I think it's HAS. I don't know. I'm going to get that looked at when I get home. It's still a little bent. I did manage to unbend it just a bit, but I don't want to push it in the field. It's not showing any signs of stress, though, where I did bend it, so I'm pretty confident I can get this back to looking pretty darn good. And the maker's mark is not really a maker's mark. It's a purity mark, G925 over 1,000. So that just means it's sterling silver. So maybe mid to late 1800s. I thought this was a little bit earlier, given the style. I don't know. I'll go with mid 1800s. What the heck? Until I'm proven different. Oh, but that is just so cool. I love that. That is awesome. And I know it's got scratches, but I did want to show you something. This plug is huge. Absolutely huge, because I liked the signal. It didn't sound like super tight, and it was right in the middle of that. So I don't think that was me. But again, there's a lot of rocks out here, so who knows? You know, I'm not going to cry about that. It's just an amazing personal piece of history saved. And that's a success in my book.